I'm Doreen. Today I'm going to show you how to work on our current Social Sundays program. We're going to make gingerbread men and we're going to make little polar bears. You can hang them on your trees or you can just hang them into your room. They're really not very hard to do. There is some sewing involved, but for those younger who don't know how to sew or are afraid to sew, we can also glue them. So any place that I'm showing you how to sew something can also be glued. The first thing you're going to do is take your pattern. We're going to sew the gingerbread today. You'll put it on the piece of felt that's folded over. You can either trace it, or if you have some pins, pin it on, whichever is easiest for you. Make sure that it fits where you put it. You can do anything you want on the front. Like this one has eyes. Those are all done in markers, but they can be any color marker that you choose, or you can sew them on. I just drew them on with permanent marker. Once I get the hang of it, then I start making little changes or additions to, oh, that would look good with a button for eyes, or that would look good with buttons down the chest, or funny lips, however it is that you want to make it. So now you have the two pieces that are going to make your gingerbread man. So there is your initial pattern. We're going to use the marker, and you just want to put like two little eyes. And like I said, you can refine them any way you want. You can put little eyebrows on them. Then you can put a happy smile. And then you put some buttons down his chest. And like I said, all of this can be done with, you can use buttons, you can use any color marker you happen to want. You'll get a needle in your kit and you'll get embroidery floss. Now you're going to thread it. This is the tricky part, is getting it to go through. Only cut your thread into what you would consider a manageable length. Don't think just because we give you 2 feet of the thread that you have to use all at one time. Now, then you'll knot the end of it. And when you take your piece here, what I do is I will go inside so that where my knot is now inside my gingerbread man. Then I'm going to use the blanket stitch because it looks nice and refined like these got. And try to get your stitches as close to as they are all the time. You make a stitch, and when there's a loop, you put your needle through the loop. And see, it gives you your stitch here, and it locks it up there. Then you just go on to your next one, and you can continue to do that. It really doesn't matter if it's a little further apart on one or two, or it's not, it's not exact. I personally like things that aren't perfect because I'm not perfect, and I really don't know anybody who is. That way, they'll know that it was made by you with love. When you reach the top, instead of putting your needle through the loop, leave the loop up in the air and just make another stitch next to it. Now you have your hanger to hang them up. And you don't have to go back and try to insert ribbon or worry about how you're going to hang it. Just watch your stitches. See, now you have a hanger. Now we're going to sew down the other side. Now I'm getting low on the thread here, as you can see. So what I'm going to do is take one stitch, just like the stitches you've been doing, and put another one right over the top of it. Same type of stitch, just right over the top. Then just pull it a little bit and you'll tighten it, trim it off, and now you're going to get some more thread. Again, you're going to make a small knot at the end. I do it by wrapping it around my finger twice and then rolling, and that gives you a knot down on the end. Bring it up from the back. That way your knot again is inside. You don't have to worry about trying to cover it. And start again. Now remember, I told you earlier, you'll get some glue. So if you don't want to sew, you can take the glue and do just like you did. Put it all around the edges and squeeze. I suggest putting a book or something on top of it for a day. Let the glue settle in and set. But the sewing really isn't very hard as long as you can get the needle threaded. And like I said, nobody's perfect. We're approaching the end. And the end will be sealed off just like it did where I ran out of thread over here. All right, this is the last stitch. Remember I told you, make one and put the other one right on top of it. And there we have the little gingerbread man. Now the bear gets done the same way, except you'll have a separate circle of this piece right here. I just put the stitches in a different color so you could see them. That goes around, that just makes his little muzzle and his little paws. And you'll get the pattern and all in there. Again, you'll use your marker, or if you're good at sewing, you can just sew little eyes on them. You can use a pom-pom, glue a pom-pom on there. You could glue a pom-pom on for his little pads if you wanted to. But that's how we end up making the polar bear. And don't think you have to go with just the black. Go some color. Introduce some color into it. Just like I did the orange on this one instead of just the white and brown. The orange makes it pop a little more. Okay, so that wraps up this week's Social Sundays program. I hope you enjoyed yourself. I did. I'd like to see some pictures of how your finished programs are on our website. Please also check our website out for future events. Okay? Thanks a lot. Bye. Doreen signing out.